welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it is time. It's time to kit up our December event painting, which can be made into a calendar afterwards. You can keep it as it is, or it can be made into a calendar, but it is time to get it all ready for the December event. So I have my canvas, I have my cover paper sheets. I haven't yet decided, this is always good, isn't it? I haven't yet decided if I am going to do them in order or if I'm going to mix it up. I'm swaying towards mixing it up. So let's get everything ready. So I have my diamonds. I have decided to do the square one. I know a few people did want me to do the round. I know I have done quite a few squares recently, but we did order a lot more square paintings than we did round. So I'm going to do a square. Watchers end up with loads of rounds left over at the end, but that's normally the way it goes. I do need to apologise to some of you. We did have some sticker sheets where the last symbol was missing, unfortunately, but it is the easiest symbol of them all. It is the dot. So it is the dot that is 3865, and there is loads of extra circles. So I'm going to use that one myself, one of them myself. We have corrected it. We did put a Facebook post up a while back once we realised, or once we were notified of the error, because we didn't realise straight away. So any that have gone out since or go out in the future will be correct. And some of the ones that went out in the first batch were correct, just not all of them. So I do apologise for that one. But let's get this kitted up. Now, I am just going to keep this in DMC order. We have chosen symbols. We purposefully have chosen letters and numbers. There are a couple of the symbols that, a couple of them that are symbols instead. So, for example, here we have a moon shape. That was replacing an F, that we weren't happy. The E and the F were very similar colours, and they can be easily sort of mistaken. So the F has been changed to a moon symbol, which is a lot easier to see. And then we also have another symbol later on that was changed to a percentage. I think it was accidentally done as 2 number 4s. So I'm going to keep them in DMC order. I could pull out that moon and move it further up. I could also pull out this percentage symbol and move that to the end. That's the way I normally kit up. I will normally do, I normally do letters followed by numbers. Sometimes I do numbers first, and then I do symbols. However, the percentage is right next to another pale blue, and they tend to be in the same sort of area. Also with these two, with the moon symbol and the letter E, they're also both reds. So they too tend to be in the same sort of area. So at least if I'm pulling this E out, as you can see here, we've got E and we've got the moon, they may as well be together. And they're actually teamed up with that number 3, so that works as well. Okay, so stickers are on. Let's get some diamonds in some pots. And then I will work on my canvas. gives me chance to confirm that I definitely want to put them all together. So let's get my scissors, and if I cut part way down and then I go across the corner, somebody did mention that to me. If you keep it all together before doing the corner, you then don't have lots of corner pieces floating about off these strip packs. So the corner is now attached to the other one, which stops it just being something that's floating about. I like it that they're all fitting so far. Putting these straight into my bin. So anybody that is also in the Facebook group will have found out about this yesterday when hubby let the cat out the bag. But for those of you that aren't, we are currently in the process of moving Add More Zest into its own building. The painting has been finished of the new building, and thank goodness for Dulux One's coat, because I did not want to be doing a third coat of paint at all. We'd been painting over fresh plaster, so we'd already had to do a coat over the plaster. So yeah, it is all painted. Megan and I went to IKEA last night. We live very local to an IKEA, so we always go in an evening, always. Middle of a Saturday day, not a chance you will catch us in IKEA unless we really need something, and if it is, it will be a straight trip to the warehouse and an out again. Even if we go at a weekend, we will normally wait until 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. But yeah, so we went 8 o'clock on a Friday night, you know, living it up. We actually were like, not the last out, but we were out at 10, just gone 10, and also had to pick something up from the little warehouse around the corner. And to say the car was full is an understatement. We wouldn't have been able to fit much more in there. Like, we might have been able to fit a couple more shelves in, but that would have been it. We were practically touching the roof. Megan did take a picture. We haven't yet started building. I think we are going to build a little bit this afternoon. But there will be a video once it's all done. It is not something that we expect to fully be in and up and operational in the next week or so. It's probably going to take a little bit longer, just due to, you know, commitments. The shop needs to keep running. Megan is at work, Will is at work full time, so we are getting as much done as we can when we can. So on that note, I am going to trim down videos this next week. There is not going to be as many videos because, frankly, I've not stopped. And because of doing a lot of painting, a lot of other stuff going on around the house, I also need to get my house back. We've had a lot of big deliveries recently. The display books came back into stock with the manufacturer, and the manufacturer did also warn us that due to demand, they didn't expect stock to last more than about 4 weeks before they will be on sort of the next lot of, you know, waiting for manufacture of another batch. So we did order more, knowing that we were going to have our space. We did order lots more, so hopefully we won't run out. You never know, but we did order quite a bit more to keep up with demand. And yeah, until the room's ready and we've built furniture and stuff in there, it's currently floating around the conservatory and getting in my way. So yeah, I have taken the decision that I need to get the house back as much as possible. I still need to operate Add More Zest out of here for a bit longer, but I need to get as much ready in that room so I can start moving at least some of the overstock over to the new space, to allow me to just function day to day. So I do apologise that there is no Whip and Waffle tomorrow, but we will of course have this December event. This is still definitely being done, and that is a Whip and Waffle a day. So it gives you a chance to catch up on all older videos. Any videos that you've not yet watched, do get caught up on all of those. And of course, get kitted up with this. I've got a little, I don't think I need that. Let's get rid of that. But yeah, I am excited to start this painting. I'm really excited for the December event waffle. Very excited for that. I do love chatting with you all. I am going to miss the Whip and Waffle this week, but I do think it's worth it. I'm not sure if the next week will be White Christmas. I actually did quite a lot because I couldn't get in to start doing work on the inside of the room. I actually did loads of White Christmas last week, and where was I up to? White Christmas was I had like one evening's worth of sitting down to do White Christmas left. One evening's worth, and I have still not yet done it. Because I have not sat down. I stopped painting one night at about 10:30, I think it was. Might have been a bit before that. I stopped painting, and other evenings, by the time I'd stopped, I was just too tired to do anything else. So it's a glamorous life we lead, but I'm loving it, and I can't wait to be in the new space for everything. I know it's going to take quite a bit of tweaking. So once it is all set up, of course, I will do a video and give you a tour. And then this room, which is currently where we keep like X amount of stock, pretty much enough to pack orders in this tiny room. This tiny room is going to become back to my craft room. So I can do videos, do my de-kitting, not have to bring all the boxes in from another room because the shop kicked them out. I'm going to have all my diamond paintings in here, which will also take them from basically the top of my wardrobe. All of them will come into this room and basically become my craft room again. Sort of contain everything is the hope. So yeah, should be good. Oh, I think we've got a little bit of static in this one. This one, in the original painting that we received, the colour that arrived in these normal packets was actually more green than blue. So we did change those up. They were replaced, but these seem to be affected by static, whereas the others aren't. But at least it's only one colour. It wasn't the case on the rounds, but it was the case on the squares. It was just too green. So we've done our due diligence to make sure that the colouring is right. But we just have a little bit of static on those. Okay. Every time I finish a strip, I like to clear the decks of my rubbish and then move on. I want to get the actual painting ready. That's what I want to do. I'm excited for the event. So for anybody that is new here, I am doing this painting for my December event. So from the 1st of December to the 24th of December, I will be doing a whip and waffle a day, or a whip and chat, as some people like to call it, a day. And I will be doing one section of this painting a day. The idea is that you take a little bit of me time each day in the manic lead up to Christmas. You don't have to do this painting, though this painting is available in my shop. We do ship worldwide if you do want to do it. And by the end of December, you will hopefully have had a wonderful holiday, a lot calmer holiday, having given yourself a little bit of time each day. It's not a huge amount of time. It doesn't take forever to do each section. But it's nice to just keep your craft going, keep your excitement, keep your hobby going during the crazy times. And we discuss all sorts. It's up to you what we discuss, because I will just be discussing everybody's comments and things. So yeah, it's bound to be fun. I'm going to open a few different pots because there is quite a bit of white in this one, where it's all surrounded. But I will go through the canvas more as I get it prepped and ready. I just want to get my diamonds in their pots. Okay, so I get just over about a bag and a half in these. So I'm probably going to need a few more pots. Let's see if we can get another bag fully in here. And then it is 3 bags over 2 pots. Yes, I can. Okay, so 3 bags over 2 pots. So let's open another 2 and do another 3 bags. So I'm not kitting this one up into trays like I did last time, just because it has 30 plus colours. I could have 2 trays across the back to do it in, but while I do enjoy doing it that way, at the moment I am still using this desk to pack orders, and may well be using this desk to pack orders when the event starts, depending on how far we've got getting the space ready. So I don't want to be knocking diamonds all over the place. It's not so bad when it was 1 tray, but for more trays, it's not as practical. Not for me anyway at the moment. But I think there will be ones in my future that I will be more than happy to do kitted up on trays when this just becomes my YouTube space and my crafting space. So what I've done this time, because I've worked out now that I can get 3 packets into 2 pots, is I put 1 packet in each pot, and then I've split the last packet across the 2. And I'm going to do the same again. That is not enough. Let's cut off a bit more. Actually get them in at a decent speed, because I shook that one just a bit too much, and of course I've not got my tray underneath because it's in the other room. I won't have as much of that either when I can have all my crafting items in one place. I won't have as much where I forget to bring something in. I'm going to try and make sure that I have things in this room and in my diamond painting cart that I need, so I can just grab. Okay, last bits. Woohoo! We are kitted up. You can use some of the extra circles to label up the sort of tubs, pots, if you want to. But with 3865 or 5200, depending on which one the kit has, provided it doesn't have both, or when it's 310, I tend to just not label them up, because I'm not going to get that mixed up with the likes of the pale blue, for example. That is definitely a white, plus it is actually next to it. So diamonds are all done. Now the fun part, the canvas. So let me just roll it the opposite way, just to help it lay flat. There we go. So it's all lay flat. So there are 12 different sections, but the idea is that we will do half of a section, so it's just a little one each day throughout the month of December. And we have created, see, brave me. In fact, let me take my cardigan off before I end up getting cardigan fluff on this. I have taken off all of the cover sheet, and then we have cover paper that has been specifically sized for this painting. So I am going to do it different. Now there is a line between each one to divide them up. You can still fill that with diamonds if you want to, and there will be plenty of diamonds left over. Now this cover paper has been sized so that it will overlap ever so slightly with each other, so that you don't have to be sort of as precious with it. It will overlap slightly. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, so we've sort of got both sides. I'm just trying to make it, because I've got choice. 5, 6, 7, because really we can do half of each before we get to the point of doing more. So let's go 8, 9, let's do that to that side, so we will end up with some joined up. 9, 10, 10, what are we missing? This one, 11, and this one, 12. Okay, so halfway through and we have got one on each. 12, and then let's go 13, 14, 15. I'm not particularly paying huge attention to which order I do them in. 15. I'm trying not to have any necessarily next to each other, but I'm not paying attention to what number's already on there. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That number 19 is not straight at all. Let's just straighten that bad boy up. 19. So the round ones are slightly bigger because the round canvas is slightly bigger. 20. Oh, we're going to end up finishing near the bottom. That's okay. 21, 22, 23, and 24. So there we go. This is the order that I have done it in. You do not have to do it in the same order in any way, but if you want to, I have 18, 7, 15, 4, 9 and 20 across the top row. Next row is 2, 14, 11, 19, 16 and 6. Then I have 10, 24, 5, 13, 1 and 22. And then I have 21, 3, 17, 8, 23 and 12. So no particular thinking in relation to that, but my canvas is prepped, my diamonds are prepped. Who is ready with me for the 1st of December? And we will waffle our way through a very busy month and end up with a completed painting. And then if you've purchased it or if you want, we have the Admiral Zest calendar. We do have an A5 planner version that you can, each of these will fit over the top to create yourself a calendar to look at throughout the whole year. And or we have the display books that are now back in stock. We have a cover sheet for the front with the painting, and we have the stickers so you can always pop them into a presentation book instead, or after you've used the calendar to keep them, or you can keep it all as one. It's completely up to you, but I am rather excited to get this one done throughout December, and I love the fact that I've not had to figure out how to do my numbers because the cover paper is all ready and prepped. As I say, it is the right size for this painting. I may have to do some adjustments. So for example, when I take off number 1, because I put it down first, I'll have to move number 22 and then pick a line, but it looks absolutely gorgeous and ready for diamond painting. So thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll speak to you all again soon.